I have news on the front of military recruiting. Unfortunately, it's bad news. Yeah, you thought it was good? No, it's not good. Potentially it's worse. And it all comes down to a new system the Department of Defense implemented called the Military Health System Genesis, or System Military Health Genesis. Genesis, we're gonna call it Genesis, okay? Please comment your thoughts throughout the video. Let me know what you think. Share this. Give me a subscribe. Give me a follow, whatever you can based on the platform you're seeing this on. I discuss some of the solutions that people are raising to these problems at the end of the video. Genesis is the short name for a brand new system the DoD has rolled out, okay? And it is a comprehensive way to look at an individual, an applicant, a potential trainee's medical history. Before, a lot of things would go unnoticed by the military, and it's not really specifically things that the military, based on policy, would want to overlook. Right or wrong, a lot of things that the military says it should examine, it would kind of slip through the cracks. Originally, the Department of Defense, Congress, various entities in our government were blaming our recruiters for this, and they were ramping up recruiting missions. Things were getting pretty rough. I got a couple buddies on recruiting duty, and they have not told me good things. But now the blame has kind of gotten shifted to this new system, which has added a significant level of bureaucracy, red tape, and just general hurdles to, applicants' ability to join the military. Joining the military is not an easy process to begin with, okay? Let's be very clear. It takes months, generally, at a minimum. Right now, you can probably, ship off within a month or two, but that's still a long time to wait. And that gives somebody a lot of time to second guess their decision. I've been in sales before, and when you're trying to make a sale, which is effectively what our recruiters are trying to do with, young people across the country, you don't want to give them time to get scared or whatever. And that's not to say for any malicious reason. It's just there are a lot of very valid reasons, to be apprehensive about joining the military. Most of them are not valid, okay? But small things can become big things in somebody's mind if given time. This new system, combined with the fact that adults under 30, more than half of them hold a negative view based on polls in the military, all of this has come together to create what is potentially the worst recruiting crisis in history, okay? It's a very, very difficult time. And there are other events that have happened that people could point to that are exacerbating this as well. I think we're really looking at a perfect storm here for people to not want to join the United States military. The Genesis system had good intentions at the outset. It was meant to help filter out people that had pre-existing conditions and which military service could exacerbate, leading to lost duty days and ultimately lost man hours or woman hours, people hours for the military. That's good. There are certain conditions that, probably would not be well suited to military service. I said suited. That was very good. That was very proper. Why are you such an idiot? Damn. There are certain medical conditions where, you can't serve. I've talked to dozens, if not hundreds of people that have tried to serve and they couldn't for one reason or another. And it's heartbreaking, Military service has been such an amazing thing for me. It's had its hard moments, but overall, I think it's been a very, very much a net positive in my life. And knowing that there are people out there that can't do it for things out of their control makes me really sad, okay? But there's a very draconian outlook on many medical conditions in the Department of Defense. Asthma, as an example. Now, when I say asthma, I think a lot of people have a connotation or an image that pops up in their mind of an asthmatic individual who will just collapse at a moment's notice. They sniff a dandelion and all of a sudden they're on the ground convulsing, searching for their inhaler, right? Asthma runs a gamut, okay? There's a range of asthma, okay? Just to give you an idea, 25% of Olympic athletes actually suffer from some level of asthma. Olympic athletes. Staying on the vein of athletes, Genesis really hits people that have sports-related injuries hard. So, People that play sports all through their childhood, you get to 18 years old, the person that played sports all through their childhood is 3 to 5 times more likely to have suffered some form of injury, whether major or minor, right? But some form of injury that would come up on a medical screening. That is normal. It's a normal thing. It's part of playing sports. Genesis is effectively punishing these people. So if you're like a couch potato, you never suffered any injuries, according to Genesis, you're probably more qualified for military service than high-level athletes. Genesis has also led to a significant level of aversion for providers trying to get people through these processes. And in addition to that, the ability to mass screen large groups of individuals has been nixed. And now it takes around 90 minutes to get through an individual health screening. And that is an individual health screening. That's a lot of time. There's not that many providers out there providing this kind of stuff. I keep saying providing in all the videos too much. Genesis overall has doubled on average the time it takes to get somebody through the process and shipped out. And this is because it's disqualified people, people drop out. You know, there's a number of reasons for this, but it's not been good. Okay? Getting back to the conditions that the military has a very draconian outlook on, things like ADHD. ADHD affects so many young people. It's a normal thing. And many people function, right, basically coping with this condition in the military. They're afraid to get treatment, right? And now people with this condition before the military, they're going to have an extremely difficult time. Many people have tremendous success. And honestly, there are a lot of symptoms of ADHD that can be beneficial. I have ADHD. I'm able to bounce around tasks like no one I know. Okay, I can do 17 things at once. All told, the DoD has over 500 disqualifying conditions for military service. And guys, if you take a really black and white look at these conditions, it looks bad, right? If you say somebody has anxiety, I think a lot of people, their natural tendency would be to say, yeah, that person can't be in the military. But all of these things are different based on the individual. Not everybody's anxiety looks the same, or depression looks the same, or ADHD looks the same, or asthma looks the same. And all of these things can generally be managed fairly easily. In addition to that, there are certain jobs in the military that don't go to combat zones. They support stateside, okay? Maybe some of these people with conditions that need continual, care from a provider, maybe they could be stateside service members. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of ways to skin this cat. But what I do know is that a lot of units are incredibly undermanned and understrength. There's now a call to remove Genesis from this process completely and, change it out with a simple modern standard that reflects kind of what modern science, is telling us, okay? If you go to MEPS right now, you're still going to have somebody look at your bum hole. Why? I don't know why. Why do we do that? If you're a doctor watching this, can you let me know why somebody has to do that? Because that's a very uncomfortable couple seconds in your life. Individuals are also stating that, recruiters should be given more latitude in determining who gets through and who doesn't. Now, I love my recruiters. They're doing the Lord's work, and they're doing a very difficult, thankless job. But recruiters are not medical providers, okay? What I think should be happening is the recruiters should get a basic list of requirements. Hey, if this person meets these requirements, send them to the next phase. And we can have health providers, actual medical professionals determining, yeah, this person is fit to serve, or no, this person should not serve.